In cloud governance, recertifications can be used to assign tasks to your business users so that they go in and periodically check things like permissions, metadata, and ownership for their SharePoint Online site collections. Recertifications are added in cloud governance at the policy level, and to check if a policy has a recertification, log on to Cloud Governance, go into Settings, and in Request Management, click Policy. Locate the policy you're trying to check and click on its name. Under Advanced Policy Settings, all the way down at the bottom, you'll be able to see whether or not a recertification is in place. So in this example, I do have a recertification on, and it is a permission recertification. Now I'm triggering it every 1 day to cause the jobs to come up so we can see it here for the video, but real world, you might do this once a month, once a quarter. It really comes down to your governance policies and how often you want people to go in, examine the settings that I mentioned earlier, and make decisions based on the condition, the state those settings should be in, versus the ones that they are in at that time. When that task gets triggered, an email will be sent to the appropriate user, and in that email notification, they'll have a link to click and view the task. Clicking that will take them to the Cloud Governance portal, directly into the task. So here I can see the permissions that have been captured from that particular site collection. That's really one of the benefits of using the recertifications as part of your cloud governance deployment. The users do not have to go in and gather that information themselves. There are no spreadsheets involved directly. It captures all the information, presents it to the user, and then they can make the decisions. Users can also view this by logging directly into the Cloud Governance portal. Users can also see their recertification tasks if they visit the Cloud Governance portal or the MyHub Teams app and go to the Home tab. Clicking that will show them the information about the task. And when they click Certify, it will open that same window that we saw that we were able to get to by clicking the task link in the original email. Now, once we're in the task, the way that it works is you can click on any of the permissions that are displaying to see more information. So as an example, I can see here that something has been shared from that site collection. If I click on it, it tells me that there are 2 people that have been added to the share group. This is what has been shared, and at this permission level. Now, if I know that right off the bat that's wrong, I can simply delete that entire permission right here. Again, it's about what are the permissions currently set to versus what state they should be set to. If I'd like to dig a little further, I can view the group members to see precisely who it's been shared with. So in this example, let's say that I want to remove one person. I can select them, and I can change the group that they're in, remove them from the group, or remove them from the site collection completely. I'm going to click Remove User from Group. Read the prompt, and we click Remove. I can then close that, and when I come back out, it tells me there is one person in there. Perhaps I'm also concerned about who is in the owners group. So we can click on that. I can see there are 5 members in the owners group with ownership to this site collection with full control. Now that's not unusual because full control is supposed to be in place for the owners group, unless of course our governance policies have dictated that that should be different. If that's the case, we could just change the permission level right here. Again though, maybe I'm concerned about who's in the group, so we can click to take a look. I take a moment and view the list. I find anyone who should not be in there, remove them, or remove them completely from the site collection. Maybe these are members of different departments and we have a strict policy about who is added. Now note, it doesn't show me who did the adding, but if I've been using Cloud Governance in order to do permission change requests, then we will be able to go back into Cloud Governance, view the request history to see who made the request to have these folks added, and more importantly, who approved it. If not, at the very least, I know that these two people are not supposed to have access, so I can completely remove them from my site collection. You're about to remove, and I click remove. Again, I close. I take a look at my owners group, and now we have only the 3 members. If everything looks good, now down at the bottom, I can click on Submit. The one thing to note before I do is that you'll see that there are no options to add people into any of these groups. You may have noticed by going into one that somebody was missing, but there was no Add button. The reason for that is, as I mentioned, we should be making permission change requests, permission grant requests through Cloud Governance service requests. So we do not want this to be a backdoor method to adding permissions that are not reportable. Down at the bottom, I'm going to click Submit. Enter in a comment, and then down at the bottom, I click Submit. That task has now cleared out of my confirmations column, and it has been completed. Based on the schedule, I can now look forward to additional recertifications auto-triggering in the future to keep up and make sure that everything is as it should be. Thanks for watching this short video on how to perform a permissions recertification using Cloud Governance.